Broadcasting from the heart of downtown Hollywood. This is SoFloRadio.com. ZNation. ZNation. Where consciousness is queen, love really is the answer. And making a difference is on the menu. ZNation. Organic beats and inspiring treats. Get your weekly dose of vitamin Z now. This is ZNation on SoFloRadio.com.
World, welcome to ZNation Radio. This is Zayna the Gaia.
And this is Emily Sunset Martinez.
Right here from Hollywood, Florida. We are filming live, y'all. So great to be here. So great to connect. Ooh, some deep conversations going on in the studio this morning. Thank you for tuning in, y'all. If this is your first time listening, ZNation Radio, we're all about consciousness, love, making a difference. And what we do is we interview people. We bring people onto the show. We give people a voice so we can know what's going on in the world. Who are the people who are making a difference in the world? And we can be inspired by one another. We could learn from one another. So, welcome. Let's take a breath together, y'all. We are live on Periscope at ZNation Radio. We are live on Facebook, and we are live in life. Excited to be part of co-creating a new world together, part of co-creating a new way of being, to be human, a new lens to view life through. So this morning I was talking to Sunset about this kind of a blind spot that has been there for me, but really something I've been working on my whole life is my relationship to men. And what I saw recently is, I've had a filter. It was like, I wasn't seeing it, but I had a filter around men in general that like men are mean or men are bad. And you know, I would imagine a lot of women have something similar to that in their listening of men, because really we've seen so much happen to women in history. Women being raped, women being beaten, women being put down, and I'm 35 years old, and I'm just discovering now that even though I've made a lot of peace, I've forgiven a lot in regards to all that, I still find that I have this kind of, welcome Michele Alva, come on in, mama.
Yay!
Our guest for today, I hadn't announced our guest yet because I was going to leave it a surprise. We got Michele Alva in the house. Physical therapist, healer extraordinaire. Come on in, mama. Come on in. Beautiful. Oh. This is you right here. So we're talking about men, and then we're going to come into your space. So just jump in whenever you want, mama. I was sharing about this recent breakthrough I've had. It was a blind spot for me, how as at peace as I am with humanity and with men in particular, I just recently discovered that I have this filter around men. It's like I have it like even if men are kind and nice, I wait for them to snap and I wait for something to come. Like I've had this secret listening of men like they're mean and nasty. I think it's a pain body that a lot of women have carried over the years, hearing stories about women being raped and gangbanged and the things that we hear about that men do to women. And I recently got like, it just freed me from this resentment I've had towards men that I've been hiding and kind of like stuffing under. I realized there are actually kind men out there.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of really kind men. And it's not that the mean men are like, evil. They've just been hurt so much that they do this evil stuff. And
it's that cycle. I always say behind, this is going to sound funny, but behind every bitch, there was an asshole. Behind every asshole, there was a bitch. Like, how men be like, oh, all women are this. And we be like, all men are that. It's because they were hurt somewhere. And so that's it. It's just that cycle that's been going on for generations.
Hurt people, yeah. and then some of us, men or women, have been blessed to like heal that stuff and come out of it and be kind individuals, or at least seek out being kind and generous. And there's a little bit of that nastiness in all of us. I had this instance yesterday where I just saw nastiness in this man, and for the first time, like, I reacted to it in the way that I was afraid and I was going to call the police. That was my reaction. But there wasn't that usual resentment. Like, there was this just calmness about, whoa, like, whatever's over there, I saw myself so clearly in his actions and his way of being. Like, that's how I get when I'm like that. Now, it may show up in a different way, right? I'm not like a big man, but I'm this woman who will F you up, and and it's real. And I was able to see, and I've been sitting with that, really forgiving myself for being that person that will go there. And man, like, I can say I'm free of resentment towards that type. It's not him specifically. It's like that person that scares my little girl. Like, little Z gets scared around that the violence, the aggressor. And as long as there is someone who's being aggressed or abused, there is an aggressor and an abuser, right? So it's like, I got a call yesterday and someone was like, well, I just don't want them to hurt you. I don't want you to be abused by them. And I said, I can't be abused. You can't abuse me unless I give you permission to.
Yeah.
Now, it may occur for other people, like they're being abusive. Like, somebody could be being or occur abusive. But as long as I'm not making up a story about what they're saying. Like, they can even come up to you and be like, you're a freaking this and that, and say all these nasty words. But unless I take those words and I make them true to me, I make them mean that they mean something about me, then they can't touch me. And guys, I know we talk about a lot of stuff, and it's like, whoa, this is a lot easier said than done, right? Because sometimes some things people say, especially if they're close to us, can be really intense. And I think also in this community, we have a tendency to be like, oh, I'm all right. I got this. I got over it. I completed it, did some healing work. But like, it's okay.
Did some Reiki. I did some sounds, I went to my coach.
I'm human. And I get angry and I get pissed, and it breaks my heart when people say things. And I have the tools to like come out of it quicker. And let's be real about it. Like, yeah, I'm angry at men, and I have the capacity to see that and to transform it, and then to share about it. Like, how many women deal with that anger towards men because we got daddy issues and we've seen some crap.
Well, for me, what's coming up strong to share is the word compassion.
Oh, please.
And today, I didn't even know that I really didn't have a lot of compassion for myself. But basically, however I'm interacting with anybody, if I'm hard on people, that means that I'm hard on myself.
Straight up.
This awareness, especially this last year, of how, wow, I really can be a lot more accepting, compassionate towards myself and others. But see, I couldn't do that to anybody unless I started cultivating it with myself. So today,
you cannot do it to anybody.
I hug myself a lot more. I massage my chest, and I tune into my heart, and I let myself know I'm grateful for you throughout my day.
Yes.
And when I do see somebody that is whatever they're, I do now see more consistently, wow, they're really hurting.
Yes.
Instead of what an asshole.
Exactly.
Because that doesn't help me grow either.
No, what an asshole is directed to you. When I say what an
attract what we
asshole
are,
out there.
so because I know that we attract what we are, because it's so true, I'm now taking more responsibility for what am I attracting. So I look at everything happening around me now as an opportunity to kind of give me signs on how I'm doing internally.
How to heal. Guys, take these
blaming.
and turn them around. Yes. The only way I was able to heal yesterday, the resentment, was to go in and forgive myself for being an asshole, for having been that person that was abusive and manipulative towards people, right? And once I was able to have compassion for myself, which is really mercy, you know, it's compassion turned inwards. Like, Z, you're a human being, you know, you did that to people because you were insecure, you were afraid of not being loved, and I wasn't connected to source. And when we're not connected to source, we're going to leach out. We're going to just do whatever we need to do to get that connection somehow, some way. It's not the real thing, but it sure feels good in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And something else that I definitely feel I was very paranoid in general with men. Yeah. And I didn't even know this because my background being Latin, definitely the guys in my family would look at women, yes. and especially my main role model, which was my dad, you know.
Yes.
And I didn't realize how I have this underlying bitterness just towards, I'm generalizing men, you
exactly.
know. And I had this conversation with a really beautiful man that said, you know, Michele, I think it's even harder to be a man than it is to be a woman because you're allowed to be emotional and sensitive, and it's accepted culturally. However, I think us men are just as sensitive, if not
yes.
more, than women. But yes. we're not allowed to cry. You know, we're not, this is like a silent, depending on your culture also, like Latin culture, men have heart attacks by the time they're 40, or, yes. you know, they're not allowed to, and when I say allowed, I know we're all responsible for what we're doing, but we can't help it when we're programmed as children yes. to keep it all inside.
And not everybody has that, like, being responsible thing distinguished yet, you know? So they're just in the what culture wants, and they're in it. And I'm just present to how many women walk around like us. You know, we're beautiful goddess women who love, and we're open, and we're surrendered, and we're vulnerable. And then I still had something there with men, you know, and how many of us walk around like that, and the men feel it, you know. It's like our pain bodies, and it's like healing that so that they can be free to be.
And just having compassion for them as we're walking, we're putting that vibration out, and they are going to open up more to us if yes. we do have that compassion, which, believe me, just in this last year, I kind of feel bad myself right now sitting here, how hard I was on certain people in my life.
Oh, babe, let that go, let that go. We're all letting it go. We're all in this together. Yes. So but it's so powerful for you to share it. You know, you're this powerful woman. You inspire so many, and you're willing to be out there and say, you know, I was really tough on myself this year. And that's what I preach, is to love yourself. But that's why I do it.
And the other thing is not to try to be anything other than myself. I mean, I'm just as human as the next person. I think with a spiritually evolved person, the difference is we're spending more time in our soul awareness and embodying more truth living, authentic living, and not giving our power away to our ego self and our fear self. Yes. I think that's the difference between a more spiritual person and a more, you know.
Well said. Not so awakened, because, you know, Wayne Dyer said that. It was like, it was Drumvalo that said that. Like, Drumvalo Melchizedek, you know, it's like, we're all the same. There's nobody that's better than another person. It's kind of like yoga class. I tell people, listen, I've been doing this for 10 years, so I just have more classes on you. I'm not better at yoga. I just have had more repetition. And it's like
today I spend less time in my drama, fantasy, judgment, jealousy, self-persecuting, sabotaging time.
Yeah, because you're not in the head anymore. You're not there anymore.
Yeah, I am there sometimes.
Faster.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on the time of the month and depending on how much I've eaten. You know, there's different things. But I think I remember now more how much God loves me, how much I am loved, how much I am loved. I remember more throughout my day, and I'm not letting my...
I'm pissed off and I'm aware of it.
Yeah.
I'm in it and I'm aware of it.
It's like, and I give myself permission to be whatever shows up. Yes. Yeah. I don't have to be something...
There is a layer that goes on top of everything where, like you said, where people are tough on themselves and we become hard on ourselves, and it's like another layer of what's going on. There's already something going on that you're dealing with.
And it's shame. I think that was my shame in the past. Shame that I put on myself, not being good enough. Being hard on myself. But now I feel like the universe has created so much suffering in my life, like oopses that they're laughing, saying, oh, my dear child, we need to teach you a little more about this shame, you know, and then I'm choosing to learn from my mistakes as best as I can. But at the same time, having fun and keeping it light, because I definitely think I was way too serious in this spiritual journey. And the older I get, I make more mistakes to learn from and grow from. So I feel like life just gets juicier and juicier.
The word juicy.
You make the journey fun. You know, it doesn't always have to be like this, like serious, like, oh my God, this hurts. It can be like, I can learn things in a fun way and just laugh at myself. That's it. Like, oh my God, like really? I was
I'm on to myself.
Yeah.
I'm on to myself.
I'm on to you.
And like you said, like not taking things so serious and honoring where you're at and just realizing it's like, you know what? You know, I'm just going to be me, and whoever, if you are truly evolved, you're just going to accept me as I am. And that's it. I don't want to change for you. I don't want to change for anyone else. It's like, I'm whole and perfect.
And I don't want you to change for me. And you're whole and perfect. Let's do a little moment of just intention and prayer, y'all, for the men, you know. I was thinking about the women's circles that we hold, and it's time to open the doors up to the men, you know, and like bring that communion, because we're all in the healing. And perhaps, you know, the women, we've been doing our healing together, and perhaps, the next level is like coming together and healing each other.
And seeing men as our beautiful opportunity to see ourselves in a deeper way. Because so many of us, I think, are single and not feeling ready to be in a relationship. And I mean, I definitely was one of those people that would say, I need to love myself first before I can be in a relationship. And now what I realize is being in a relationship is one of the most quickest ways to
Enlightened.
you know, choose to love yourself, because I mean, it doesn't have to happen in the limited way that I think a lot of in the spiritual or running away from commitment or being exclusive, you know, this whole thing about free love. And it actually takes a lot of freaking commitment to show up for someone.
You know what it feels like? You know how like when people, I always say, you know, you have to be the experience, right? And, you know, we read something and then we get it, but we don't go out. We don't get out of our bubble of like the people we are to really experience that. You know, like I was talking to somebody about that yesterday. Like, you know, sometimes, you know, we're in our little community and we don't ever step out and be with the 95% of the rest of the world to see if we're really that, you know, enlightened. And so it's like, all right, I want to build this relationship of self-love and whatever, but it's like, get in a relationship and we'll see like how evolved you are with that, because anyone you're with is a reflection, you know what I mean?
And we attract what we are.
Yeah. So it's just like they give you an opportunity to see like, ooh, what's still active in me.
And when you can be in a relationship like that, I mean, I think that is the most yummiest. That to me is heaven on earth.
It is heaven on earth when you just have the space to be with someone, all of their humanity, and have the space to be with all of your humanity. And it's all just, what else does anybody want but just to love and be themselves, you know, and be free inside of all that. And I think we get caught up, like you said, in so much stuff. Like relationships are just made from scratch. They're made from scratch. You start from scratch and you build them how you want them. And then you don't look what other people are doing or what's even worked or didn't work in the past. Who cares? Like you've never been with this person. They've never been with you. And there's this very unique like chemistry that happens. Y'all have alchemy and we create from there. Titles are so whack. They freak people out, you know. Create your own titles, my beloved.
This is where the work that I do as a physical therapist who's learned yoga and belly dance, energy healing and sound therapy, what I've noticed is we're using the physical body because of my understanding in biomechanics and respiratory mechanics. I've noticed throughout my day, I teach this E3 breathing exercise, and it's about connecting to your soul through your breath. So you're doing soul connecting through your physical body.
Wow.
So if you literally make it a practice to stay in your diaphragmatic breathing fully throughout your day, you're gonna emit this frequency of connection. And because you're emitting this frequency of connection to your authentic self, you're going to attract everything to mirror back to you that is connected to what's for your authentic purpose, you know, your
Will you teach us that?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a short break, okay? Because I want to get right into Michele and everything that you do, okay? So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Z Nation radio show. We are alive, we happen, we exist because of you, because of our sponsors, because of our partners, and because of our listeners, our viewers. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for everything you do, reaching out to us, commenting, liking videos, sharing videos. We love you. We'll be right back. We're going to tune in to some of our partners right here on SoFlowRadio.com.
Ow.
Tune in to get tuned in. This is Z Nation on SoFloRadio.com.
Add a twist of yoga.
Yoga Twist with Julie.
A great way to integrate yoga, meditation, and lots of fun.
Promote family bonding. Help with flexibility and exercise.
Julie has been teaching kids for over 8 years in after-school programs, summer camps, and local studios.
Book a group, family, or one-on-one session now. Email me, yogatwistjulie@gmail.com.
Follow Yoga Twist Julie on Instagram and like Yoga Twist on Facebook for great family lifestyle tips and Yoga Twist events.
Omar is a certified hypnotist with an intuitive and gentle approach that empowers his clients, allowing them to realize their own wisdom. Personally, I'd been stuck in a heartbreak, and with Omar's help, I got to the root of my suffering and my attachment to staying in relationships that no longer served me. I instantly felt lighter and free from resentment for the first time in years. Contact Omar at 305-343-9210 and cause a breakthrough in your life.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Clark, and I'm a yoga teacher and student at I Love Yoga Studio. It's been my privilege to practice, learn, and expand in this place of ever-evolving love and spiritual growth. When you visit, you'll most likely be greeted with a welcome home, and that's exactly how you will feel, at home and free to be. The studio offers yoga classes that meet you at your level of practice with affordable prices. So check out our schedule at www.iloveyogastudio.com. See you on the mat. Namaste.
Join the ZNation team as a marketing partner. We are always looking for conscious, sustainable businesses to support and share with our growing community. If your business is one that serves humanity and you want the world to know, we want to help you grow. Sponsorship opportunities are available for all budgets and flavors. For more info, call us at 954-604-1290 or visit ZNationRadio.com.
Now, back to ZNation, your weekly dose of inspiration on SoFloRadio.com.
Dip me in chocolate sauce and then lick off all my toes. Paint me in marmalade, your mama ain't got to know. Stay here in bed with me till way past afternoon. And drape me in jasmine vines in this Crescent City swoon. I got the flavor, baby, you just give me the time. Ain't no misbehaving, I got your best interest in mind. I got the flavor, baby, you just give me the time. Ain't no misbehaving, I got your best interest in mind. Drink me down in a one long drop and then taste me the whole way down. I don't know what it is about me, I just know that I love this sound. Cherry pie, my sugar sweet, that's how they know my name. Once you come around my kitchen, baby, ain't nothing gonna be the same. I got the flavor, baby, you just give me the time. Ain't no misbehaving, I got your best interest in mind. I got the flavor, baby, you just give me the time. Ain't no misbehaving, I got your best interest in mind.
Appalachian Rising. Wow, a couple of goddesses. Check them out. They play some really cool tunes. Guys, we're live on Facebook Live. Pretty fun. Those watching, hey. I see your messages. I'm sending a shout out to my niece, Emma Rose. Woo woo. So guys, if you're watching, Michele is showing us how to
Undulate our sacred, beautiful body temple.
undulate our beautiful sacred temple. And that's some of the work that Michele does, is integrating all of you.
Well, integrating, for example, if we have back pain, we can move our hips in rhythmical and gentle ways, nurturing movements to release pain and tension. But we're also nurturing our creative parts, our second chakra, first chakra, our solar plexus. The work that I do is about acknowledging and embracing that we're a physical body that has a soul that animates it, and that we breathe diaphragmatically. And that when we do this, we're in our parasympathetic nervous system, our calm and centered state. And so all of my clients learn how to use their diaphragm through its full range of motion, because that also gets them to connect to their soul, their authentic self. And just by doing that exercise, it forces you to be real with yourself immediately.
Yes.
So some people don't want to do the exercise.
But it is so real, because I mean, what other way to connect with yourself than with your breath? We hear that all the time with yoga, but you're like connecting it in a very, like, there's no woo woo here. It's it's the real deal.
Biomechanically.
Oh my Lord.
Tact, yeah.
So Michele, you do a lot of stuff, girl. It's fun to have
It's been
you
20
here.
years, honey.
I feel like we want to have you here.
You know, I've been
Wow,
around.
you've been
I graduated
doing
when I was
this.
22. I started yoga when I was 18.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been a seeker for a long time.
And it's so beautiful to be at a place where you can integrate everything you've been learning, everything you've been experiencing. Like, you're master at what you do, which is something you've developed. This is you.
Yeah.
Fully you, sharing yourself, expressed in the world. I'm just going to read a little bit from your website, okay? Michele Alva is an intuitive channel of divine love. Yes, she is, and healing light. Her life's mission is to share the safest, easiest, and most effective healing and wellness approaches to align with one's true essence. So tell us a little bit about what you do. So you said, like, you talked to me about how you combine holistically these ways to heal, but really,
well, what I notice is we're multi-dimensional, sensory beings. Like right now, as you're sitting listening, you're digesting the lunch that you had, the breakfast. You're processing your emotions. Some of us are releasing an egg. Men are making more sperm, and we're digesting food, and we're getting ready for our next bowel movement. So there's a lot of stuff going on all the time with us. However, a lot of healing modalities are very specific to one part of ourselves.
Right.
And I've worked a lot with people with cancer, for example, in simply teaching them healing techniques to help support their healing through cancer. And one woman told me, Michele, I feel like my psychotherapist is there for my mind. My doctor's there for my breasts, and my physical therapist is there for my physical, limitations. But then who's really working with the whole person that I am? Wow. And that was really beautiful, because she was telling me, I feel like you work with all of me.
yeah.
You're acknowledging all of me. You're not just fixated with my scars. And that was really a turnaround for me that kind of guided me to say, well, how can I integrate all of the person in the sessions, and then what's really important? What do I really need to teach people? And I'm really big on giving people all the juicy stuff immediately and not fluffing it with stuff that really doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm my own. I like when I did my yoga teacher training, I was asking a lot of questions, and I think my yoga teacher was really pissed off at me, because I was kind of questioning, why are we doing all these forward bends? A modern tight body that sits in a chair all day, that might not be the best pose for them.
Were you doing Ashtanga?
No, it's called integrative yoga therapy.
Yeah.
But I noticed there's some resistance because of my knowledge with physical therapy, you can't basically convince me to do something that's going to hurt somebody,
Right.
because I know my science. So that when I teach yoga, it's very safe, but it's also very soul connecting, because I myself have noticed when my clients are breathing deeply with their diaphragm through its full range of motion, they start to have these emotional releases. They start to clear the clutter or the things that are not serving them. And then I also work now with mindset shifting. I learned this approach called Psych K, and I've created my own branch off using sound therapy with intention and the breath, this E3 breath, during the healing sessions. And then I ask them questions that cause them to say yes. And basically the sessions are about owning your truth. So if somebody, for example, has pain they have irritable bowel syndrome and they're coming with pain and they've had every test done and the doctor it's unexplainable why they still have tension. I've worked with people that literally, one of them, her mom would hit her in her tummy area, and she literally was holding a lot of physical pain and emotional pain in her tummy area, and that doesn't show up on an MRI.
Right.
So we went a little deeper, and there was a lot of shame, there was a lot of guilt, and she took on this negative emotions that her mom was projecting on her pretty much, and kind of sucked in. You know, when we're children and somebody's hitting you, I mean, you just want to protect yourself, so you kind of freeze.
That's what humans do. We don't know how to take that.
No, we
So
cover. We're like,
I positioned her in extension, and I also taught her how to breathe with her diaphragm, and then I massaged her upper belly, and we released some trigger points in her upper abdominal area. So that's where it's nice that I have these varied backgrounds of yoga and physical therapy, and then the energy healing, and then the sound therapy,
Wow.
because
And
it's
then the
causing
psych-
this
the psych
immense,
too.
and then the mindset shifting.
Yeah, that's
So
powerful.
at one moment, you're doing like 6 different therapies, and the clearing that happens is incredible.
Wow.
And it shows me also what's possible for us. Can you imagine if your massage therapist was also a PT, a yoga therapist, a
Right.
breathwork person,
Right.
energy healer, sound healer? So you're getting this dose of intensive shifting for the mind, for the body, for the energy body. And actually, I think that's a really great service to give people, because you're working with them the way that they are. We are multi-functional, multi-dimensional, multi-organ systems, but we're not, in the general way of knowing it, we're not really working with each other like that.
because
then
trauma, I'm sorry, it's stored on all different levels
in the body.
In the body.
Everything that we have ever thought, ever felt, every trauma is in your body tissues. It's not hovering over you.
Well, it's like, it's like Louise Hayes' book, right? That takes every condition and connects it to an emotional thing. But it's like you read that book and you're like, okay, great, I'm angry. But like, what do I do about it? You take it to the next level. There's actually
and I'm
something
very
you can
intuitive,
work
and
with.
literally I tell people we all have a certain odor, a frequency, a sound that we're emitting. So when you meet somebody and you're attracted to them, you're drawn into them, you vibe with that person, you're in harmony with that person. And you're basically, when somebody's laying on the table, I can also feel the frequencies of guilt, of shame, of those emotions have a certain stink. Like if you're very jealous and you're very judgmental, you can feel that frequency with somebody.
It is a frequency.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel so good as if you're with somebody who has gratitude training and is so grateful every single day of their life.
Right.
They look different. Their
feel
physiology
different.
is different. Wow. And I say, like, you stink, like we stink more when we're very judgmental or critical or
Shameful,
defensive.
guilty.
Yeah, like there's a different odor. It's not maybe an odor, but it's a frequency. And I
Yes.
think I have a gift of smelling it out. I'm like a dog that I'm going to sniff you out. And like, you can't hide from me. You can't hide. Like, you really can't hide the
Energy.
truth.
Yes.
Energetically, your truth. Like when you do lie, you're actually stressing your body out when you lie. It's not in our health to be lying.
Go
and I
against
know
your
this
truth.
because I lied to myself for many years, and I lied to people, and I've hurt people, and so I know very well how that feels and how it feels in my physiology and how it affects everything, my digestion. So I've gotten burned so many times. I'm 42, that today I'm choosing to live my life with integrity, honesty. You can't hide the truth always comes out.
Truth is
So
always there.
Why don't I just live truthfully and save myself all this drama?
Yes.
So I had so much drama in my past that I got tired of myself. I got tired of being myself the way that I was showing up, and I wasn't really committed to my truth. So today I do feel like I go to sleep every night and I feel like I'm living this magical life, but it took me a freaking lot of work to get to this moment where now I do feel life is so magical.
So
and
much smoother.
amazing
when you're in
what's
your
coming
truth.
every day. It's just, and the thing is, I'm not doing it for that reason. I'm really doing it because I love myself so much that it feels good to be me today. Mostly.
Yeah, you can look yourself in the mirror like, I want to sleep with that every night.
Yeah. And I just want to I want to serve with these tools, diluting them into the simplest form, because that's what I've done, is basically prayed and intuited. And so because of my background, I know, and from the results that I'm seeing with my clients, and I have testimonials on my Facebook professional page, Michele Alva,
Yes.
the Alva Method of Vibrational Healing. There's like 45 reviews. People all, mostly 5-star. I think I have one review with 4-star. But the thing is, the review is so positive because it helps people to learn how to help themselves. I'm not saying that I'm healing you. I'm teaching you how to be your best healer.
Yes.
And how to be your greatest source of joy and love and appreciation. Because I do feel that is what was missing most of my life. And I went to so many different healers. I did. Learned so many different certifications and trainings. And I still didn't feel worthy. So it's because I wasn't addressing my worthiness issue. But thank God I didn't, because then I wouldn't have taken all these trainings.
Because then you just pile a bunch of stuff on top of the unworthiness, and it's like you're this accredited unworthy person, which I think happens a lot with us healers, people who are out there helping people. It's like getting to your worthiness. Like, that's what makes you an extraordinary healer, that you know who you are and you love yourself.
And I'm not doing it for anybody. Like, I really feel I'm just simply expressing my fullest authentic reason why I'm here.
That's so obvious, by
so
the way.
If people benefit from it, great. But I think I depended more on the outcome, or I don't know, like defining who I am based on my work, which today I really feel just simply grateful that I'm even alive and here. And
yes, like the work is like a way for you to express who you are, but it's not who you are. It's just like
and just like valuing myself with money and spirituality. Like now it's funny because I was gonna be at this event and they said to me, "What can you give for free?" And I said, "Well, I'll give a 50 discount for my online products, because I've created 3 different online products, but it doesn't feel right for me to give things for free. I do give for free an audio." For the solar plexus, to empower our solar plexus on my website.
Yes.
To anybody that wants that.
MicheleAlva.com.
But as a general thing, I feel people don't value things when they're given for free. Because I overgave for free. So I'm really proud of myself today. And that's part of what I'm teaching women that are spiritual, to value themselves and charge for your services. Because it's not a valuable thing to yourself to just give everything for free.
We had a guest yesterday.
From one spiritual mama to another. This is what I'm telling
She was like,
everybody out
I
there.
love money. I love money. I love money.
And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like she said yesterday too, it's energy. You know what I mean?
It's hard for me though to raise my prices, honestly, but people say, I feel like I'm getting 7 to 9 different therapies in one, and they're life-changing. So that's where now I'm asking my clients if I can video them, asking them for testimonials, because I am really excited about what is happening, and I would love to get a room of hundreds of people and all of us do group healing.
Wow.
Self-empowered, group, diaphragmatic, full range of motion breathing, and just what miracles can we create? Because I'm seeing this at the cancer support community classes that I'm teaching, that people are really resonating with these techniques, and they're simple and they're all inside of us.
Wow.
So when we tap into the science of healing within us and shift our physiology, your body's like, oh, thank you. I already know how to do this. This is super easy for me. Thanks for taking a break from all the drama and all the focusing on the negative things, because I've been wanting to heal you. I've been wanting to be there for you. And that's something really beautiful for people to experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Can we back up a little bit?
Yeah.
Can we go back into the breathing? Can you teach us something?
Yes. So everybody who's listening, I encourage you to take a moment right now and lay down and go into a posture. It's called Baddha Konasana in yoga, where you're laying on your back and there's a support pillow underneath your upper back, your head and your neck. So this is the posture where we're laying in extension so that we can open up our hearts and open up that tummy part where a lot of us slouch. So this area is usually tight and tense. And so going into extension causes us also to stretch more the inside. And what we're going to do is lean back into the support surface and feel grateful for all the support that is out there and within us too. We're created on purpose. You were thought into form. You're here on purpose. And own that. Whether you know what your purpose is or not yet, just lean back and feel the support of our Divine Mother and our Divine Father, our Divine Creator. So just take a moment to do that right now. Take a deep breath in of gratitude for your life. We start with really simple practices of feeling grateful for breathing fully. And what we're going to do now is we're going to inhale through the nose. And then exhale, open your mouth. Inhale. Taking in all the oxygen from all the green palm trees, the green grass, the green algae in the ocean is giving us oxygen so that we can breathe life to the fullest. Feel so grateful for Mother Nature. And as you exhale, giving back all that CO2 so that the plants can exist. Taking a moment to realize, wow, I exist and nature exists because of me. We're the ones creating the CO2. So we have a purpose. You know what your purpose is? Your purpose is to feed the plants energy, food.
Breathing.
Yeah. Keep breathing because you're making that beautiful rainforest exist with your CO2. Maybe that's the only purpose we'll have. You know what I mean? Let that be enough.
Yes.
Take in more of that oxygen. And as you do that, feel the expansion, the elongation, and the extension in your tummy, your heart, your spine. Feel the fullness of you. Close your eyes, lean back even more. Feel safe, feel supported. Your tummy should be rising, expanding your chest as you inhale. And as you exhale, your tummy deflates. This is called diaphragmatic breathing. Ideally, your thighs are open, your soles of your feet together. This is the Baddha Konasana position. So we're stretching our pelvic floor, our lower abdomen area, upper abdomen, heart, chest, lungs. Feeling the sounds vibrating your chest, your throat, all your organs. Coming back to that remembrance that you are vibration, that you are love. And let's sing together and feel this message. I am love, I am love. I am love, I am love. I am love, I am love. I am peace, I am peace. I am peace, I am peace. I am abundance, I am abundance. I am abundance, I am abundance. Let's think about all the flowers in nature, all the leaves in the trees in the earth, and think about all the abundance of people. Abundance is our nature. And there's enough oxygen for everybody. Take in more right now. Receive more. Turn your palms up. Are you ready, willing, and able to receive more in your life? More abundance now in all areas of your life? Yes, yes, yes.
Hell yes.
Reach your arms out even more. Chest expanded even more. Are you willing to let go of any resistance to receiving more in your life? Yes, yes, yes. Letting go of any resistance to receiving more.
Yes.
And if there's any part of you that is unclear on your purpose, unclear why you're here, are you willing to release that lack of clarity and to be clear now? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
And are you willing to allow your purpose to simply be, to be your truest self, authentically expressed, fully expressed now? Yes, 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 yes. That's the juicy part of us, is when we allow our true self to come out. That's the exciting part of us. That's the part that's creating. That's how I'm able to sit here and be a physical therapist who teaches belly dance, who loves to do sound therapy.
Integration, y'all. Yes. I'm reading it here on your website.
And not limit
Integrating
myself.
the modern science of physical therapy with mind, body, spirit, medicine, and ancient wisdom approaches. You just bring it all, girl. Thank you for having us experience you
Thank
right
you
now.
for singing with me.
Oh, I loved
Doesn't
it.
that feel
Can
awesome?
you sing more? That was
Yeah.
amazing. Listening to your voice was like so
To
therapeutic.
me, that's the most powerful. You know, I've taken so many different trainings, but when I play my bowl and I sing whatever I wish to embody more, abundance for me definitely has been something that I've been wanting to vibrate more at.
Yes.
So why don't I play my bowl and sing, I am abundance, I am abundant. And then I have another song that goes, abundance, 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 I am abundant.
Come on.
I am open to receive more and more abundance.
More and more.
Abundance, abundance, abundance. Abundance, abundance, abundance. Abundance, abundance, abundance. I am abundant. I am open to receive. Take a deep breath in and receive even more. And I feel this is something us givers, us healers, we love to give so much. So that's why this song was created, because I myself wish to be receiving more for me.
Are y'all ready to receive?
Selfishly.
There's so much.
But if you don't keep yourself abundant to receive, how are you going to be able to give back?
Exactly.
You know, if you're feeling
We're giving
depleted,
empty. Yeah.
exactly.
It's not as juicy. And trust me, enough things have happened that have shown me this contrast. So I look at all my challenges, my oopses, my quote unquote mistakes as blessings. And when I do something that is not in my integrity or whatever, I'll just say, okay, this is a blessing. Thank you, God. And what can I learn from this? So this is where I scoop myself out of the kitty litter, you know, immediately. And I ask and I say, what can I learn from this? So then I'm not hard on myself. Like with my daughter, definitely I have my outbreaks, my tantrums.
How old is your daughter?
She's 11.
Whoa,
So she'll say to me, Mommy, right now, you know, you're not being nice. You know, she'll say something like that. And then I'll tell her, oh my God, I need to fill my tank up. You know, I'm going to go do my breathing. Or she'll say, Mommy, don't you need to go do your breathing?
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
That's like, so whatever it is, just go do it over there, you know?
Oh, yeah.
She's awesome because I tell her, too, like, my soul is not really wanting me to do this right now. And she'll be like, well, can you tell your soul that I really want to do this right now? Or my heart is not in it. So I'll tell her, you know, I don't want to do this because of guilt. So I have this real conversation with her where I don't want to come from this place of guilt or obligation. Or she'll ask me, Mommy, are you saying yes because you feel guilty? So it's really cute how my 11-year-old and I, we have this intense relationship where we're showing up as real as possible. And I tell her, because I learned that not being honest burns us. And I tell her, you know, our nature is to be honest. Our nature is to be true. And so what's really your truth right now? And she'll be like, well, my truth is going to hurt you, Mommy. You're not going to like my truth. So she'll tell me something. She'll say something like, you know, I really wish you could not be on your phone. And can you schedule your clients later? Because I haven't seen you in 2 days. So
that's so beautiful.
It really is. And like what I've also learned as a mom is I can disagree. I don't have to agree with everything she says. And she's allowed to have her opinion. And I'm going to respect it. But it doesn't mean I'm going to do everything. Believe me, I used to do everything she wanted. And so I tell her, you know, Mia, you know, I have to pay the bills. And I have to schedule some people. And I know you really want me. And I want you to. But in 20 minutes, I'm going to be done with a few phone calls. It doesn't mean I don't love you. And can I hug you right now? Can we cuddle for two minutes? But in the like, so before I just would try to be everything for her, and I was so exhausted and resentful, and I wasn't enjoying being a mom. And now I'm owning that I don't have to shame myself because I can't do everything for my daughter.
Do you teach parents this stuff? This is so important.
Yes.
So I work with moms, and it
so
just comes in.
It comes out. It comes in.
But it's beautiful because we're so close. And then like when my birthday comes, or Mother's Day, or Christmas, that's when I see the cards. And she made me these love cards where I get an hour massage with her. Or I get like a rose petal bath. She'll set it up for me. Or it's just really
You could
cute.
like just cash them in anytime.
She wrote like an
little
hour of
coupon.
anything with me. She wrote an hour of anything with me. It's so
Aw,
cute. I
that's
love her.
so
She's so
sweet.
creative.
She's
and
your mini me. Of course, she's
so
creative.
Oh my
Look
god.
at you. I'm curious about something, and we don't have to go deep into this, but I always wonder, like, you know, were you always like this? Like, as
Hell
a
no.
child, were you
Hell
like,
no.
were you interested in like
Well,
all
like-
kinds of stuff? Were you always curious? Like, did you have an aha moment at some point, or has it always been in your life like this constant thing? Everybody's
Well, I'm a
little
Cancer
different.
woman, and I'm definitely very intuitive.
Yeah.
And I know I'm very psychic.
Did you always know that, like, growing
I
up?
feel I was always connected to God. My mom's very Catholic, and I always wrote in my diary. I have hundreds of journals, and so writing, I think, was my way of connecting. But I
Same.
actually was more of a loner in my earlier years.
Yeah.
But I love to learn, and I question everything. And I'm very aware of truth. So when I pick up something's not really the best for us or in
Yes.
the truth, I call it out. I'm not scared to open my mouth
Right.
and question things.
So you've been like seeking and
A
questioning
little
for
ball buster
years
my
and-
whole life.
It's good, and when you do that, it gives permission to others who won't speak up.
And I
to
feel
do
really
that.
connected to my angels. I do feel really connected to Source. And I feel like God's brought me so many miracles in my life because I had sexual trauma when I was 14. My dad left when I was 12. My parents were divorced. So I had the abandonment issues. I'm a recovering drama queen. I've had
get it.
trauma in my genitals. You know, I've had trauma to my private parts that I held emotions for 14 years, and I didn't even know how much that was causing me to have not easy time bonding emotionally
Yes.
with my husband
Yes.
at the time.
Yes.
And how that created a lot of resistance with me being loved.
Yes.
And I definitely, I'm writing a book now, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be called Soulfish, and it's going to be my journey into embracing my shamed parts and loving myself completely, and then using whatever pains I had as catalysts to heal and to grow and to reconnect, because God loves me. God doesn't hate me for having all these traumas. Like, I do feel that they happen so that we can serve
Yes,
others.
yes.
Just like Oprah has been through a lot. I went to go see her last year in
You
person.
did?
Oh, yeah, you
at the
did.
Own Your that weekend.
Yes.
And it just changed my life because she was speaking my jargon, teaching things that I talk about, but I never knew she talks like that. It was really awesome because I saw
wow.
myself, and I want to do a lot more and serve more in a higher capacity. So I'm really happy to be on the radio
Oh,
show.
man, girl,
And I would
thank
appreciate it so much. Like, if people want to write to me anything that in a video that they'd like to see, because I want to talk more about these things.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to make more videos. I moved to Key Biscayne.
Oh.
I'm right in front of the beach, and
You should
I-
get a
I
show.
love,
Have people
sharing.
call in. You have so much to share.
Well, so if anybody's interested in giving me like questions,
yes.
because I have my own
Oh,
things.
like
that
questions they
I-
can ask you so you can
Yeah, like,
answer them on your
I
YouTube.
love talking about the pelvic floor, for example. I love talking. I work a lot with women that have had sexual trauma or that are holding pain in their gut, and they're not connected to their gut feeling.
Yes.
So, like, when I go shopping, I literally stick my little belly out, and I'm standing like this, and I'll be at Nordstrom, and there's a whole plethora of shoes, and I let my gut guide me to the right pair of shoes. I know
Of
it sounds kind
course.
of funny, but and then, like, I was looking for dresses the other day, and I just like literally noticed that I use my body to kind of gravitate towards the things that I like. It's kind of funny, but I noticed myself breathing deeply to choose the things that I want. So I'm kind of using my body as my brain.
Let thy
Does that
womb
make
guide
sense?
you. Yes, it's like your
And
other
I
brain.
noticed myself doing that, and I don't really spend time analyzing things and thinking of what I want to do. I'm more about feel it in my body, and I put my hand on my chest when I want to make a decision. So I'm running my life more from my heart and my gut and listening. And that's what I wish to share with people more in that physical, embodied, spiritual practice of living your life soul driven,
Heart driven.
with and soul is breath, gut, and also, of course, our pelvic area has a lot of wisdom too. So embracing all of us
So
in that.
I have a question for those people. Like, one thing that we're doing, we're starting a college campaign because we think, college students, they're so ready for this, And I was just thinking, bringing this conversation to a college environment and talking to them about connect with your soul purpose. And then it's like, oh, how do I do that?
Well, maybe we can do something at FIU because I work with the medical students at FIU.
That would be amazing.
And I can ask. I mean, we'll talk more
well,
after.
as far as like, if you
I went to FIU. So.
If you were to give,
I went there too.
Awesome.
If you were to give like a tip, like where do I start to people who are just like, it's new to the conversation, but they're so interested and they're so hungry for it. Where would they start?
Go to YouTube and type in fulfillment breathing, Michele Alva, and it's a 6-minute video that teaches you the fulfillment breathing, and be connecting to your diaphragm through its full range of motion. That's basically what I've brought to the world that I think is my legacy, one of the key things that I teach, and practice that every day and be connecting to your diaphragm. It's all in here because I've worked with people that they have trigger points in their diaphragm, and literally there's a button of a painful trauma that is released when that muscle is released. So if everybody spent time massaging their upper belly at night before you go to sleep, breathing awareness into your diaphragm muscle, there's things that you're going to release and connect to deeply about yourself. That's your deep core. Yes. And you could do the same thing with your pelvic floor. That's another respiratory diaphragm.
Yes.
That's where we hold our shame. That's where we hold our secrets. So the more you can let that come up
deep, that's how you go deep.
Those are the deep core muscles.
I'm so loving this conversation. Like, one of the places that I've been on my journey of healing, I love it. It's like these two areas. This is where I get the most biggest sensations. That I'm like, wow, like I've had a lot of trauma here. And I'm like, wow, like it's like this lady's reading my mind right now. Like these are the two areas, and I know I'm not the only one.
You can't hide.
Right? You can't.
I can't hide from Michele.
But if you think about it, breast cancer, irritable bowel syndrome, and then we missed the vagina. We got to talk about the uterus. I mean, the uterus is such a sensate organ, and the prostate for men.
And the cervix, HPV.
And the testicles for men. These are parts that, mind you, there's so much beauty in those parts of us. And that's something else that I love. Respecting our physical body, and I didn't do that before. So now that I view myself as a temple, and that my body is sacred, now, and that I am a soul in a body, I can't help but to respect myself. I can't help then to have high priorities with my partners and who I choose to relate with. Yes. My whole connection in intimacy has shifted because of how I perceive my body temple.
As a temple. Wow, so much to share, girl. Thank you so much. We have a couple of minutes. It would be awesome if you could play that violet flame again and lead us out.
And can I just announce that people can go on my website and check out the events that I do every week, because I do a crystal healing.
So it's Michele, 2 L's, alva.com. So you can go on there and you can sign up for that free 20-minute
Empower Your Center and Empower Your Soul's Joy. Let me know how you like it.
It's an audio, right?
Yeah, that's all about the solar plexus.
Awesome.
Connecting to your solar plexus, your tummy.
And then you've got several programs on here, too, that they can sign up for.
Sexy, Sacred, Sensual You. Ooh. And Transform Fear to Freedom is a chakra audio course. It covers all the chakras, so you learn how to balance your physical, energetic, emotional chakras. It's really awesome. And then I also have one to relax and de-stress, release pain and tension. And if people put the special discount 50, you'll get any of those programs for 50% off.
Whoa, wow. 50.
Yeah, 50 special code.
Awesome.
And if anybody wants to schedule a session, if you're listening to this radio show, mention Zayna. And I'm willing to offer a $50 discount if you want to go deeper with me.
Can you do Skype sessions? Or
yes,
is it
I work long distance, and I also work one-on-one. And people can come to Key Biscayne. I'm also offering sessions in Brickell, and I can come to the home too.
What a gift, Mama. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing so much with us.
Yay, thank you so much for having me.
We would love to do it again, okay? I feel like we just kind of just got the tip of Michele Alva's just unique wisdom. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all of you for listening, and thank you, Zayna. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for bringing the veil and bringing your love, and thank you all for tuning in. We are complete for today. We'll be back next week. We love you all, and we so appreciate everything you do, all the work you're doing out there. Keep keeping on, light workers. You are seen, you are known, you are acknowledged, you are loved, and we're out.
Peace out, everybody.
Yay.
Broadcasting from the heart of downtown Hollywood. This is SoFloRadio.com.